Hi, I'm Bridget and welcome back to day 16 of our 30 days of 10 minutes of yoga challenge. So we're going to get started today at the top end of our mat in our mountain pose. So bringing the feet about hip width distance apart, drawing that energy up through the feet and sending it upwards out through the head. So nice and tall through the body, slight tuck of the tailbone, drawing the kneecaps up, pressing down into all four corners of the feet. And we'll let the palms shine forward. Taking a moment of stillness before we move through our practice today. Connecting with the breath. Closing down the eyes if you haven't already, or just softening the gaze. Giving yourself a moment to just be with the breath, be in this moment. And then when you're ready, we'll begin to move through our practice. So we're going to walk the feet together for this one. So bring the big toes together, a little bit of space between the heels, and you probably already know where we're going. We're going to find our chair pose as we awaken those muscles through the legs and the glutes. So from our mountain pose, we've got our big toes together, a little bit of space between the heels. We're going to inhale, reach the hands up and overhead as we sink the hips back, almost like you're sitting back into a seat. See if you can create a little bit of space between the knees. As you reach up through the arms, hug the ribs in, tuck the tailbone under, nice and active through the core here. Nice and strong through the legs. And then we'll bring the hands together at heart space. Sink the hips back a little bit more. Then let's see if we can take the right elbow and hook it over our left knee. So keeping the palms together at heart space, we bring the right elbow to the left knee and then press the chest open, bringing the hands together at heart space. Sitting the hips back. And then inhale, coming back to center, sink the hips back. Let's take it to the other side. So we'll take the left elbow to hook around the right knee this time and press to open the chest. Draw that right shoulder back, sink the hips down. Breathing deeply here, nice and active through the head and the neck. And then we'll come back to center, reach the hands forward for another breath. And then exhale, we find our forward fold. So rounding the upper body forward over the legs. Taking a nice deep breath here, so give the knees a nice generous bend. Relax through the head and the neck. You might like to walk the feet a little bit wider here. And then from here, we're going to ground down through the left foot, step the right foot back into our lunge. Find your lunge here, so open up through heart space, draw the shoulders back. Keep that right knee lifted for another breath. And then exhale, you can drop that right knee down towards your mat. Inhale, we'll reach the hands up towards the sky. Maybe pressing yourself back a little bit with that left foot. And then exhale, we'll bring the hands together at heart space. Bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee and press into your twist here. Pressing that left shoulder back. You might even like to straighten through the arms here. So reaching that right arm down, left end comes up. Then we'll bring the hands back together. Come back through center. Bring the hands back down to the mat. And then we're going to step that right foot forward, back to meet the left. Come back to your forward fold. And then we're going to step the left foot back into our lunge. So take a moment here with that left knee lifted. And then exhale, we'll drop that left knee down to the mat and inhale, hands up and overhead. Find your breath here. And then we'll exhale the hands down together at heart space, and we'll take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. This time we find our twist. Drawing that right shoulder back. You might like to straighten the arms here, so reaching that left hand down, right arm comes up, opening up through heart space, opening up through the chest. And then we'll bring the hands back together. Frame that right foot. We're going to lift the left knee away from the mat and step it back forward into your forward fold. Rounding through the head and the neck, give the knees a nice generous bend. And then we're going to make our way into our yogi squat from here. So I'm just going to come a long ways on my mat so that I'm going the right way. We're going to turn the toes out at about a 45-degree angle, and then start to sink the hips down. Bring the hands together at heart space again, and then press those knees open with the elbows. Close down the eyes here, reconnect with the breath. And then on an exhale, we'll sink the hips all the way back down to the mat. And we're going to find our fire log pose from here. So I'm going to bring the left shin parallel with the edge of my mat. Then I'm going to bring the right heel to stack on top of the left knee. And then I've got my right knee stacked above my left foot. Yes. So sitting up nice and tall here. Should feel like a nice deep stretch through the hips. And it doesn't matter if this right knee doesn't come all the way down to that left foot. You can have a little bit of space there. You might even like to put a block or something else in between the foot and the knee for a little bit more support. And then see if you can start to round the hips forward as you start to send your chest forward a little bit. So we're not rocking back. We're really moving into this stretch here. Nice and tall through the spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing deeply. And then when you're ready, we'll unravel and take it to the other side. So I'm going to bring the right shin parallel with the edge of my mat this time. Then stack my left foot on top of the right knee, left knee on top of the right foot. And again, sitting up nice and tall. See if you can start to round those hips forward and just send your chest forward a little bit here so that you can really get that really nice deep stretch. Close down the eyes. Just letting the hands rest wherever's comfortable. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll unravel the legs, just come to a nice, comfortable seated position. We'll take another little stretch of the arms and the shoulders here before we close our practice. So we'll reach the right hand up and overhead, then let that right hand come to the back of the neck. We'll take the left hand and just press that right elbow down. See if you can keep the head pressing back here. Again, you can close down the eyes. We won't be here for long. And then we'll unravel, shake the arms out, have a little roll of the shoulders, and then we'll take it to the other side. So inhale the left hand up and overhead, drop that left hand to the back of the neck. Then we'll take the right hand and just press that left elbow down. See if you can keep the head pressing back here. And then we'll unravel, shake the arms out, take a roll of the shoulders, and we'll come back to stillness in seated. Check back in with the breath. Check in with how you're feeling. Just be with the breath as it passes. And then when you're ready, we'll close our practice by taking a nice deep breath together. Inhaling the hands up and overhead, bringing the palms together. And exhaling the hands down to heart space, we bow through the neck. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.